Happy Monday. I am currently on my way to Shinjo Sensei's dojo. It's about 6 kilometers from my hostel, and I could take a bus, but I've wanted to walk a bit. Need to explore, see the area, learn it on my own. I don't remember if it normally starts at 7 or 7:30. Just left the hostel at 5:30, so no matter what, I'll get there by 7. And if I'm early, cool, I can work on some things. And if not, I'll be right on time. Today's been pretty relaxing so far. Ended up writing in my journal for at least over an hour this morning. Kind of had a realization. I kind of go through cycles of emotion in my life. During the school year, I would often just be in a certain mindset, like, oh, I'm going to school, this is just what I have to do, whatever. And then when summer came along, I would get really excited. I would be thinking about and imagining all the things that I was going to do that I enjoyed doing during the summer, and I was looking forward to it, and I was so excited when summer finally came. And then when it did, I would almost be in a completely different mindset than I was during the school year. I remember there was one summer where I realized I didn't get that feeling until almost the end of summer break. So then going into the school year, I made the decision to hold on to that kind of wondrous and happy and excited feeling of summer for as long as I could during the school year. Something that I just realized again while I was meditating, thinking about that earlier this morning, is the fact that sometimes it's pretty easy to get away from that happy, energetic, and motivated mindset. Even though I'm in Okinawa, I haven't really been excited about being in Okinawa. Just to a certain extent, if I don't make myself excited or choose to be excited, I'm not going to be excited. So that was something that I've been focusing on today, making sure I am aware of where I am, aware of the meaning behind what I'm doing and how important what I'm doing is. Looking at some minor details that I really appreciate about Okinawa since I've been here is the sidewalks. So all the roads, or the smaller ones at least, are basically like alleys, like not too much room. So parking is pretty tight. A lot of people have smaller cars. And then looking at the sidewalk, I am currently walking on a culvert. And Mason was telling me that we are just getting into the rainy season here in Okinawa. And something that's really cool to see is how they've designed the drainage into the sidewalks. Even though there's not too much room, they've utilized what little room there is very well. I also appreciate how easy it is to walk here. Nice, big, wide sidewalks. This area that I'm in, Chatan, everything seems close enough to walk. That looks like the bus I could take if I really wanted to. I like walking though. Plus today, with these clouds and rain, it's a bit cooler, and I'm enjoying that. I get extremely warm, so I'm taking advantage of this weather while I can. Oh, there's the bus stop right there. And I missed it. Oh well. Check that out. That's kind of cool. I am right next to Kadena Air Base, and I have to walk through this section to get to Yomitan, where the dojo is. And Chatan is that way behind me. So it's a little bit of a walk, but nothing too crazy. Pretty flowers. A little walkway over there too. I wanted to get a video of this because this bridge is really pretty. And you can kind of see It's a really nice bridge. Fresh paint, cool sidewalk. And then there's a river down there. Very cool. And I was talking to Mason, and he said somewhere down here along this coast is one of the original spots that the Americans landed during World War II. Oh, that's cool. It looks like there's paddle boards. Oh, something else interesting. So, all over the place here, I don't even know how common it would be, but it's extremely common, are things like this. Tombs just along the hills, all over the place. Like just something you pass multiple times every single day. That'd be a nice last spot to be, looking at the water. But yeah, some places around town, you can see where those are, and then it's just houses and buildings just built on top and all around them. It's kind of crazy. We don't have really anything like that in the United States, but it is very cool to see. Just something different. Like exploring cemeteries, it's just something I enjoy doing. Like all the time when I'm back in Minnesota, wander around the Forest Hill Cemetery. Huge cemetery with a lot of big names from my hometown built in it. So on a nice night, just go wander around there, check out the mausoleums and monuments. It's kind of cool. Look at this. That is an old one. Very old. Oh, there's a cat just sitting on the car. One other thing I haven't figured out yet, they drive on the opposite side of the road here. And in the United States, I know when you're walking and you're passing someone, you normally say on your left and pass them on their left. But here, do people also walk on the opposite sides of the sidewalk? And then when you're passing someone, would you say on your right? I'm not sure. This is what I was talking about. See, look, just huge apartment building and just a grave right there. Another cat. Meow. Meow. When I was looking for a place to stay while in Okinawa, I went and looked at areas around Kadena and Yomitan, and looking around, I can understand why there's not too many hostels or anything like that around here, because this just seems like a lot of regular neighborhoods. So I can understand why there wouldn't be a hostel, not too many stores or restaurants in this area that I'm seeing, but who knows, maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. After walking a little over an hour, I am just getting here. See, karate up there. I might be a little bit early, but I think that's all right. Might wander a little bit more, might watch, might prepare. We'll see. Today's training was extremely good. So it was the first time that I went to a dojo without Mason Sensei. I walked to Shinjo Sensei's dojo, and it was really good. There were a lot more people there than when I was there on Friday. And when I was getting ready, I needed to speed up a little bit because I was a little bit slower than everyone else trying to tie my belt. But did a lot. It was very much so more fast-paced than the training has been so far this week. We went through Sanchin, Kanchiwa, Kanchu, and Seichin, so I'm happy that I had studied ahead a little bit before I came out here, because just got thrown right into those. So obviously didn't do amazing when it comes to those other kata that I haven't practiced too much, but I was able to somewhat keep up. On top of that, we did Kyu Kumite 1 through 5, and that took me a little bit to figure out because I've only done 1 through 3 up until now. Yeah, then after that was just working on little things. Mostly worked on Kanchiwa after we had gone through all of those. After a little while, Shinjo Sensei left, and then who I think would be his son led the class. His name was Kiyohito Shinjo, and that was really good. It was good to get another perspective on the body mechanics of the movements that we were doing. So my muscles were almost working against me because I'm very tense. That is one thing that I've noticed, is I tense my muscles where I shouldn't be tensing my muscles, and I end up losing efficiency of movement by doing that. There's a difference between holding this position and squeezing your muscles so you can't move versus just putting your body in the proper position to not be moved. He showed that with the arms with Sanchin, and then also with the strikes, and even just having us try to hold our form with him pushing against us, and feeling the difference between focusing on power and focusing on alignment. And even though with focusing on alignment, the movements weren't as big and didn't look as powerful, there was a lot more strength behind them. It's really interesting because with my other fitness that I do, that is also something that I would be interested in implementing. Some of the more skill-based activities are things that I've had more trouble with. Like when it comes to things like handstands and muscle-ups and some of those more advanced calisthenics movements, I know I have the muscular strength to do these things, but the form is what I end up having trouble with. And I definitely want to look more into this body mechanics and bone alignment side of things, because I feel like even applying that to my other fitness endeavors will greatly benefit me. But that was about it tonight. After my walk, one of the other people at the dojo ended up giving me a ride back to the hostel, so that was really nice. Just took a shower, and now I'm going to eat and go to bed.